I'm Vicki. And I'm Dawna. And it's your time.
Hi,
All right.
everyone. My name is Vicki, and this is It's Your Time. And my lovely co-host Dawna is right over here.
Hello, welcome to It's Your Time. And we are both so happy to have us join with Shane today. And he is going to
Hello.
talk to us about a lot of things. Hi, Shane, say hi.
Hi.
And just to let everybody know, his mom is just right off camera.
Yes, his
Yep.
mom was
For
on there.
liability reasons. Liability.
That's right, liability reasons.
I love it. All right, that's great. Thank you. So we have a lot of questions for Shane today, but he also wants to tell us some things and talk about some things that his topics that he wants to tell the world, right? So yeah, but I guess our what we want to talk about, I guess, would be the fact that you have conversations telepathically with your parents and that you have had other people tell you that they feel that you have contacted them telepathically. So, is there anything about that that you have to talk about, or do you want us just to ask you questions about it?
I know for sure it's definitely happened. But the thing is, it's kind of like an one-way receiver or something like that. The transmission is being sent, but you don't know that you're actually sending it. That's what it's like for me. So when I'm having a conversation with someone telepathically, I don't know that I'm actually doing that because I'm
Oh,
not actually hearing the conversation or interacting. It's basically my consciousness, yes.
Okay.
okay. So, does it surprise? Well, it probably doesn't surprise you now, but does it surprise you when people say that you said something that you feel you didn't say? Is that like a surprise when they tell you that, or do you know? Well, you said you don't really know as these things are happening.
Yeah, so far it hasn't really been anyone but you and Vicky and probably my parents.
Oh,
Because
okay.
so far it's only been those few people.
Wow.
So, so
Yeah.
I have to ask you, were you surprised when I told your mom that you showed up in my dream?
Well, since I've already been around that time, I've already been like pretty aware of stuff, as in like all these spirits and other stuff. Mm, no, not really. Since if I weren't aware of everything,
Mm-hmm.
then probably yes.
So if somebody says, I had a dream about you, or I thought you were talking with me, you just say, uh-huh, like you figure you were, but you just don't remember it. Is that right?
Yeah,
Okay.
like if they tell me, I probably go like that, but I probably never even knew that it actually happened, but like it's not surprising.
Interesting. That's very interesting. I love that.
Yeah,
So,
I have a feeling, he like he knew about the podcast. He kind of wanted to be on the podcast. I don't even know. Had you even seen our podcast before?
Yes.
Okay.
oh,
So it's like you wanted to be on it. So somewhere inside of you, I got to get in that lady's head.
that could
Let her
be.
know.
That could be. That makes sense. Yeah. Yeah, that could be. And was it Gail? You saw Gail on the podcast, or was it your mom, the first one?
My mom,
Okay,
like
okay,
the
great.
first
All
time.
right. So you know that you've had past lives, and that's just a part of your life now, but you don't remember them, but you remembered them when you were younger. Is that right?
Yeah.
So do you feel like when you're writing your stories now that maybe some of those could be from past lives, or are they all on like astral travel onto other planets?
I feel like it could also be a bit of both, to be honest.
Okay, all right. And so where do you think your imagination comes from then?
Well, starters 0 point energy is what got the dragons off of, even though because there's like three different beings, the people of Avalon, dragons, and I don't know what the other one was. It was like what, like um Andromedans. And yeah, they all did something and they summoned 0 point energy. And since I was aware of two, the people of Avalon and Andromedans, but not whoever the dragons are from or where the dragons are from, I decided to do it off of the dragons. And
Oh,
of course, the planet or the city, Azurite, comes off of a refugee planet I saw.
And this is a story that came to you just recently, or is this something that you've been working
It's
on?
kind of like multiple stories coming together, but they're kind of all connected at the same time.
Okay, cool.
interesting. That's very
Yeah.
interesting. And Avalon is that where Merlin is from? Isn't it?
Don't don't know who
Okay.
Yeah.
Merlin is,
But
Okay.
but
But that's the kind of energy you're talking about, just to let you know. That's what I get from it. But so you're writing this story like over the last couple of weeks, or has it been longer?
it's only been like a few days since I even
Oh,
came up with
oh,
it.
okay.
I came up with it just yesterday.
Okay. How about other past stories that you've written? Is there
To
anything
be honest,
interesting?
I haven't really tried to write any stories besides like comics, but those weren't really based off of anything like this. This story though is at least an actual story, not like a comic.
Right. A fiction.
Yeah.
Well, you would write it as fiction, but it doesn't feel like fiction to you. It feels real, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
and
I
so what is the name of the story called?
Uh the Dragons of Azurite and the Sword of the Sun.
The Sword of the Sun. Now that's very interesting. Wow. That's going to be great. I want to read that one. Well, if you want us to. I want to read that. That's great. So, and you're drawing pictures with it too, which is the illustrations are great too. So, and then well, did you have anything else you want to talk about your imagination? Or can we
Well, if we get into my imagination, we'll never come out.
That's true.
it will
You
never
you
come out.
can't go down that rabbit hole. You
Yeah, we can't.
can't.
No, we can't.
So, and then another question um, that came to us had to do with if you feel what people are thinking when you first start, or if you walk into a room, or if you first start talking with someone before they start talking to tell you how they're feeling. Sometimes you can feel that. Is that true?
Hmm.
Kind of like, remember we talked about empathy, that you feel what other people are feeling sometimes.
I can definitely feel what other people are feeling, but it at least has to be where like I can actually tap in.
Okay, and how do you tap in? That's interesting.
If I were to try to at least tap in or feel what they're feeling, It's kind of complicated, you know what I mean?
Let me ask you this. Do you, since we know who your mom is, do you, do you meditate as a kid?
Do I meditate?
And
Yes.
do you meditate because you want to or because you have to?
Your mom
Both,
doesn't.
actually.
Oh,
I
Both.
was
okay.
gonna say, does sometimes your mom just put you in a timeout
It
and
says
you just
meditate.
take some time and you just
No,
meditate?
actually, it's after school hours. Everybody makes everyone be zen.
Oh,
That's
that's very
good.
neat. Oh, that's so neat. So you
It is
you
good.
meditate with other people, like with your friends and stuff?
Yeah, but they're not actually trying to focus because they know it's just kind of something to be like quiet. But when I'm doing it, I'm actually trying to focus and tap in into, well, it could be anything really,
So
depending on what I want to tap into.
do you tap into not necessarily other people? Do you tap into, say, different realms like the ant consciousness or a leaf on a tree or that sort of thing? What do you tap into? Or is it just your inner self?
Well, after school hours, and it's really only enough time to tap into a little bit of my inner self. But when I have more time, I could definitely tap into a completely different planet, galaxy. I've
Yeah,
never tried a realm though before.
that might be something.
That's something that would be something new. Yeah, that's what I did when I was about your age. The trees talked to me. Well, they still do, but I mean, back then. But I turned it off because people said I was weird. So I'm really so glad that you get to do all this stuff and it's just a normal part of your life. That's wonderful. So, yeah,
Yeah.
so enjoy it. So, yeah. So, and then you wanted to talk about kids finding their own voice.
Oh yes. So let's take what this Shishibo for example. Uh, if I were to take this and I take this, let me just solve it. It's a cube, right? It's basically earthly.
Okay, pretty
This
much.
would be their inner selves, basically, bottled up. And now, if I were to make it into a completely different shape, like this ball right here,
Uh-huh.
it pretty much represents their outer self.
Right?
So
Okay.
if I were to take, so I could put another Shishibo inside of this one to, but it would be the cube one, and I could make it represent inner and outer. So what we want to do is we want to take that outer shell and just break it open. And the way to do that is just to go for it.
And how do you
Just
go for it?
ask someone to be your friend. Don't have many friends, just ask someone.
That's right.
Because
That's
yeah,
good.
in actuality, most people don't say no, I would assume.
Yeah.
I don't know. I sometimes I think younger kids might, but they may say no because they're shy too. So yeah. So ask someone to be your friend and what about how you interact with other people? Like um do you like most people your age just accept other people the way they are? Like so like someone who tells stories like yours? Like I used to do when I was a kid. He's so much like me. It's incredible. I had no idea. But yeah, to tell stories and other people want to listen to it, or is there these stories that you just keep within yourself, or is it you
Well, the
would like to
story I'm
share it?
writing, um, well, that one, I'm probably going to be sharing it to a lot of people once it's at least completed.
That's nice.
Yeah.
That's good. That's great.
And yeah,
So I need to ask a question. Going back to your cubes, having the cube be the inner self. How do you approach another kid to try and get to that cube inner self? Do you have like questions that you want to ask them? Do you just want
well,
to extend?
for me, since I'm a Leo and Leos have tons of confidence usually, uh, well, I don't, I'm not really nervous if it's in front of an entire crowd, that person says no. It's not really a big of a deal because,
Can
yeah.
can you kind of sense who that what that inner cube is?
Uh, well, of course, in the moment, maybe, maybe not,
Yeah.
depending on what it is. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Oh,
So what so you had some things that you wanted to talk about.
Oh, yeah. So, let, after all, I am a science person. Uh, yeah. So I have got something right here, and I wanted to ask you, what does this look like to you?
It looks like a pyramid and it looks like uh to me it looks like limbs off of a tree, different energies coming off of that pyramid and what is then created from those different energies, something like that.
It says energy core and energy field, just in case, because I think it might be backwards to you. Is
Yeah.
it?
Uh-huh.
Well, you're right about the pyramid for sure,
Yeah.
because the next one. But what this is, it's a power source. The
Okay.
pyramid itself, you run a tiny bit of energy through what, like a pyramid this big? It could power an entire house, like two houses. If, yeah, just a small amount of energy, it amplifies it an incredible amount. So, and and people believe that the Great Pyramids of Giza, that was the purpose of it, running through a small current for it to be amplified. And when you do that, you can power the entire country.
exactly. Yes, I agree.
So what I'm kind of sensing is, there might be some technology in the future where everybody just has a little pyramid in their house. And that's all they're
Yeah,
going
and
to
you
need for
just
their
run,
energy.
because really, you could just make an infinite loop running through a small amount of energy. And yeah.
So I have a bunch of pyramids that are made out of different stones and different material. There's one that's has made out of amber that I put on top of water with crystals in it, and by the next day I feel like it's tingling, but it also tastes different. So you think that's from the crystals, or is that, or
Wait,
both?
did you just say taste?
Yeah.
How do
He
you know
doesn't.
what a rock tastes like?
No, the water. I taste the water. I
Oh
Oh,
put
yeah,
water.
crystals in the water.
Yeah.
I maybe I left that part out. Sorry about that. So I put crystals in a jar and put water in it and tone while I'm filling it up. And it has to do with the moon or like an eclipse time or something like that. And then I put a pyramid on top, something like not this one, but a pyramid like this on top of the glass. It's a glass jar with a plastic
Uh,
lid. And then the next day when I drink the water, because I know what my water tastes like when it comes out of the fridge filter. And then when I
yeah.
taste it the next day, it tastes and it's totally clear and it tastes totally different. And I'm wondering if that's because of the crystals that I put in because they're real crystal. I don't think I have any here.
Because is it the crystal or is it the pyramid that makes
Yeah,
the pyramid?
that's the question.
Or do they just work in conjunction together?
Well, since each crystal, because every crystal represents a different part of of chakra, each one can go in a separate group, but they can also represent kind of like in between those, or maybe just like a tiny bit of it with a mix. So, if anything, it doesn't matter on the pyramid shape or what shape it is, it's really just the chakra itself and the
Oh,
energy the crystal's holding.
Okay, so it's the crystals then. So how can we build? Do you know how to build a pyramid that we could have in our house? Do you have
and is
one?
it patented yet?
No, not yet.
I mean, it's good to understand that that can happen because and there is a man, I don't remember his name, who built one, smaller in his yard, to match the Great Pyramid, and he used it as, an energy source. And I'm wondering how we can do that other than like I have, the little pyramid rocks and things like that in my house. I don't think that they make any energy that I can see. The
What
only
is the
one the only one I do see is when I have this is for chakras, and if I put this on top of a crystal that's pointing up, it starts to vibrate. So I know that there's something going on there with the crystals. But how do we, now I forget what my question was.
was gonna say, use your imagination and
Yes,
how
using
would
your
you see
imagination.
this working?
Yeah, how would we take that energy and put it into a pyramid? Because I
I
understand it.
basically, what I just see is I literally just see a wire running through, going to like the pyramid, and you just running through an electric current or flipping a switch and running a current through that,
And the
and
current is
another
coming from
wire
the
going
sun.
to whatever you're trying to,
The wire.
as like a wire going to like a power source. It could be anything. If you wanted to, it could be a AA battery.
Oh,
And
I
it you
see.
could buy that to like what, 50 AA batteries worth of electricity? Probably way more.
I was gonna say, having like a copper wire on a battery, on one of the nodes of the battery, taking it to the pyramid and connecting it somehow to the pyramid.
And then another wire running it through whatever you're trying to power.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll
Yeah.
look forward to seeing that someday. That's going to be cool. I like that. So yeah, so what else did you want to talk about? You said that you had things you wanted to tell the world.
Really just the kid thing, really
That was it?
mostly.
Okay.
Well,
So
let's talk about that kid thing a little bit more.
Yeah.
so you said to have grandparents and parents tell their children if they want to be friends with somebody, just to go up and tell them, will you be my friend? So
Yeah, just go for it.
is there more to it than that?
No, not really. I just say
Oh,
go for it. Just ask them that.
just do it.
Don't be nervous. There's plenty of other people to be friends with too.
That's true. That's a good way to look at everything in life. I think not just friends. It's like if
If
you
anything, there's like what, 8 billion people on this planet. You've got that many people to be friends with.
Wow.
well, I got a long
That's
ways
a
to go.
concept. That is a concept.
Well, that's unity right there. Wouldn't
So
Yes.
that be
your odds of
great?
getting a friend out of that much is a lot. Like
Yes.
very, for anyone.
That's great. And there's no limit to the friends that you can have. That's what I've always said. And you have a lot of different friends, or are they all people that understand your scientific mind?
Well, when I first actually started to do something very advanced like quantum physics in fourth grade,
Wow.
uh, for just project, uh, well, yeah. And what quantum physics is like high school, that's when they first realized, that's probably when my friends first realized that I was probably like one of the people who's like really who's
Yeah,
like
one of those nerdy
trying,
kids.
Nerdy kid.
yeah, one of
Yeah.
those nerdy kids.
Yeah. Yeah. So
So
I wish that
what project did you do in the fourth grade that had to do with quantum physics?
It was really just in general quantum physics, like the laws. I remember a bit of the first law of quantum physics. Uh, Energy and matter, blah blah blah, are always finite. Yeah, it's a little hazy, but that's basically what the concept was. It is just kind of in general quantum
Okay.
physics.
so with your scientific mind, how do you put together the idea of meditation and going within? What who or what are you connecting with when you go within? And how does that because a lot of scientists don't
Well,
say that they believe that there is a God or whoever you want to, call the
it's
source.
probably not a god, it's probably just like something else that people refer to as a god, but
That's
really
correct.
not.
That's right. I always think of it just as energy, a certain kind of energy that I can't explain, but being of a scientific mind, like Albert Einstein had said that I don't remember his exact words, but the idea being that you cannot be a scientist without believing that there is some kind of source. Is that how you feel?
Yeah, I do believe after all, it's not like if it really is like God or something like that, it's not like um what God takes his finger and just puts a person down there, two people down there. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
It's
it's
not
just
just like that. It's probably like an entire organization of extraterrestrials trying to make something
that too. I agree.
new.
I that's good. I agree. But they're using the laws of physics and hermetic principles, etc., whatever you want to call it. They're
Yeah.
using those to, okay, thank you. Another
And
scientist agrees with me.
all right. So now I believe we've heard of the Einstein-Rosen bridge, right?
I've heard of it.
I believe where we know where this is going.
Well, why
Well,
don't you
no,
tell it?
you're gonna have to explain that to me.
Okay, so there is an actual very simple way to explain this. All
The only
right, so
thing I really remember from Einstein is he
I'm
said
going to
that
take this piece of
things
paper
at a distance.
and fold it in halves.
Mhm.
Okay.
Now I'm gonna label on one side point A and on the other point B.
So far, that's easy. I like that.
And
We're
now
following you.
let's say we wanted a wormhole. Well, a wormhole takes a ton of immense energy. So let's say somehow we actually managed to penetrate this enough to where we can rip time and space and bend it enough to where two parts connect.
Hmm?
Well, what I'm going to do, I'll take my pencil and I stick it through. Now, my pencil represents the wormhole because it's connecting these 2 points. And now let's say I take this pencil out, and let's say, since I don't have tape on me, let's say I put tape right here. It seals it. That's basically how teleportation works,
Hmm.
right there.
Hmm.
But how would we see that? How would we make a portal? Because it takes such an immense amount of strength. And if there isn't some sort of source that actually can hold it, a wormhole will collapse under its own gravity.
That's correct. That's true. And there was something I was going to say about that while you were talking about it. The idea of astral travel. Are we using any scientific principles when we are, like, when you were meditating and saw this planet and you went to the planet? Did we talk about
Well,
that? Let's talk about that.
astral travel, it's kind of like it's kind of like teleportation, but the thing is, you're not actually really teleporting because if you were, you'd actually be there physically,
Right.
but with astral travel, you're just in your soul. And you can pretty much go anywhere you want. There's no limit until you reach past the edge of space and time itself.
Wow, I never thought there was an edge of space and
Have you
time.
ever been able
There
to actually?
definitely is, because
Wow.
there can't really be, there's no such thing as infinite, because you could fill an infinite hotel with, you could fill an entire hotel that has infinite amount of rooms, uh, and you can actually make it full. Because if you were to take, like, let's say there's an infinite amount of people, and their names are infinitely long, like A, and so on and so forth. And then there's like a bunch of other generating names that are just infinite. Well, you were to take each, if you had like an infinite spread chart with each and every one of those names, you take the first letter, you take every single name, swap it so it's B, so A is B, and then B is A. Then you take each letter. For the first one, you take the first letter. The second name, you take the second letter of that name. And then you keep going on diagonal down like that. Like, so the fourth name, fourth letter, like, yeah, so on.
Mm-hmm.
You will always, you will get a completely different person. That there will be that, and that name won't even be on there. It will be off by one letter.
Oh, interesting.
So that proves that there is no infinite. Because if there is not a name that is on there and it's like an infinite number of people, then yeah,
That's very interesting. That's like
there's no.
pi, like the number pi. There is an end to it. It's just that most
Yeah.
people don't. Yeah. Wow.
But yeah, sure, something could grow forever and ever and ever until it can't.
That's
Because
right.
there is no end technically. Well, there is technically an end to nothingness, but if you expand nothingness, you could keep expanding it until everything, every single atom ever is gone. Everything's just gone. Every
Bam.
universe, everything. Now, let's do something here. Like, let's talk about black holes and white holes now.
Okay.
Now, I thought of this in school because I drew the yin and yang symbol. What was it? Like yin is dark, yang is light, or is it the yeah.
I don't have mine with me.
And
I think that's right.
Pretty sure it goes like this. We'll just kind of try to make this quick.
But that's infinite
So
because
let's
it's a
say
circle.
this is the yin and yang symbol, right?
Right,
Yin and then yang. The
right.
thing is, this is basically just a black hole and white hole together.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Because think about it, these forces, so like let's say this is the black hole part and this is the white hole. White hole is out in the space, but the black hole is in who knows because this actually is like what the end of time. If you were to go into a black hole, uh you're in the end of time itself. Like there is no more time. There is no anything.
What's the
You
difference
can't get
between a
back.
what? I'm sorry. What's the difference between a black hole and a wormhole? The black
And a
hole is
white hole,
nothingness.
a black hole, well, a black hole sucks everything in. But a white hole, exact opposite, pushes everything away.
Okay.
But yin and yang basically represents you were to take a white hole, put it right next, if it's the exact same force, white hole next to a black hole that has the exact same amount of mass and force, uh, technically they can't destroy each other. So they destroy their the their selves. Now, if they were indestructible, the thing
Wow.
is, it could break reality if they were indestructible and they couldn't just be destroyed. Now, that would break reality.
Wow. That's kind of what's happening on Earth right now with duality.
Oh, yeah.
It seems like.
Also, the more things scientists discover, the more likely we live in a simulation,
Thank you. I love
which
it.
actually makes reincarnation more likely. And it's kind of not really that creepy because think about it, you're just in a different entire world.
That's true. Yeah.
So, yeah, we're in just a simulation. Reincarnation is more likely now, since if we are in a simulation, you can just enter back in. It's like a game.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of how I see
Okay.
reality as
Yep.
like a game.
I think so too. That's
Yeah.
true. So yeah, and if we do leave this life, we don't have to even come back to Earth. We could go to any other planet or just be an amoeba or just be a rock for 1,000 years or or 1,000,000 years, however long rocks live. So do you think that you could like not imagine, but do you think that you will ever remember any of your past lives? Do you think that
Uh,
they come to you at all? And
they'll probably come back to me, but other than that, no. But now, before we talk about what like magnetism, which is really cool, since you can reverse the South Pole and the North Pole,
hmm
so then you can just make them float basically, since they can't really magnetize anymore or do anything like that. And
that's
you can
cool.
actually demagnetize magnets too, if you wanted to, just take an insane amount of power, just like wormholes. Um, you take, let's talk about, what was it? Let's see.
My screen was
Uh,
demagnetizing itself. What? I haven't done anything. Why is it doing that?
let's talk about, what? Hmm.
I was going to ask you about the North and South, the North Pole shifting, or the North and South Pole of Earth
Oh,
have,
yeah.
have done that. When you went like that, when you did the I was like, oh yeah, that happened to Earth supposedly. And
Actually happens many times, but, I'll get right into that later. But let's see. So I'll just take this piece of paper and what? Okay, I'm just gonna get into electromagnetism since I can't remember what I was gonna do earlier.
No, I'm sorry.
It'll come back to me.
Okay.
Um, Now electromagnetism, well, you reverse poles. You can make it float on anything pretty much, if it's a magnet at least. Now, when you do that, if you wanted to, you could place an object on it, it stay like that, it keep hovering. I don't think also, but when you like flip the magnet, it doesn't really change anything. It's still pushing off. You
True.
can't get it magnet. You can't like it'll just keep pushing off. So you have two magnets, it'll just hover no matter what.
So you're going to be a scientist, obviously, of some sort.
Probably.
Are you, or are you gonna be a writer?
I can be both if I
I was
wanted
going to
to.
say,
Yes,
because
you
you do
can.
both. So he's
Yes,
going
you
to have a
can.
laboratory with all the test tubes in one room and a computer in the other, writing stories, right? And drawing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really great. So yeah, so what do you see? What do you see is that how you see your future?
Pretty much, yeah.
Oh, well, that sounds good. That's really cool. So yeah, so we're getting near the end. So did you have any last words that you wanted to pass along?
Uh, no, not really.
That's it. All right, cool.
So,
Oh,
so if I may add a last word for Shane,
Yeah,
listen to your children.
yeah.
Listen to their
definitely.
imagination, let their imaginations go wild. Give them give them the support so that they can enrich their inner selves, right? Have a little Zen time after school.
Yeah, I love that that's happening. That's happening for a lot of families, and I that makes me very happy. Yeah, that's good. All right.
Oh, did you want to say something else?
No, not really.
Okay.
All I really thinking is, yeah, any parents, any grandparents, uncles, guardians, aunts, um, whatever, tell your children, nieces, nephew, grandchildren, tell them, go for it. Just ask
Yep.
if they're having trouble making friends or they want somebody to be their friend. Um, but they can't and they're too nervous to. Just tell them go for it. Ask them. Tell
All
them
right.
to go ask that person.
All right. Well, this is great. So we're so glad we could do this. Maybe we'll do it again when you have more things to talk about.
Yeah, I'd be glad to.
All right. Oh, thanks so much, Shane. And
Thank you, Jane. Thank you, Mary.
yes, thanks, Mary, for bringing him along. And thank you, audience, for being on It's Your Time, and it is your time to tell your children and young people to go for it. I love that. Go for it. Make friends. All right. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, and we will see you again soon.
Bye.
Bye.